Well, we're back at it again with the dentist, orthodontist, dual appointments. It's too early in the morning. Why do I do this to myself? Well, so that was the most terrible orthodontist appointment I've had so far, but we're past it. It's it's done and gone now, but I will tell you all about it. We're starting with the dentist appointment. The thoughts I had were, is there no dignity? Ooh, girl. And ooh, girl. Those were the remarkable thoughts that I had during that time. I don't understand why, like, the hygienist gal, especially toward, like, the end of the visit, she uses right here to, like, brace her hand on as she's, like, got that little scraper thing and she's doing, like, the touch up on, like, towards the back of my teeth. And that hurts. Because I've been dealing with, like, the sores on the inside of my lip. I've thankfully had them, like, I had been wearing wax for, like, a week and a half straight to, finally get that healed and taken care of, but it still hurts, like, pushing on that. So that was not fun. And does this happen with you guys? When they do the x-rays, there's that thing that you bite down on. It always hurts to bite down on it all the way. Like, it jams in, like, down there, like, in the bottom. So it's like, they put that thing in your mouth, and she's like, okay, bite down. So I'm biting down, and I'm like, this kind of actually really hurts. And it always really hurts, and I don't remember that it hurts. But anyway, got through that. Went to the orthodontist office. And then, if you saw my last video, I kind of explained about, like, the triangles. Like, so they were, if my teeth are not up and down, right, they're kind of like cone shaped. So as they strained out, there's, like, little gaps down in the gums. So the orthodontist had mentioned, we should file between the teeth so they can so they're more straight up and down, and they're more cohesive looking. It wasn't presented as an option when it was first brought up. The next appointment, it was presented as my option. I decided yes. This appointment, it was again not presented as an option, and it was done anyway. So that worked out fine. So let me show you. He did in between here. So that one. And then, I don't know if you can see, but, like, in between most of these bottom front teeth, he did there too. It doesn't look that different. It's mostly here that's most prominent, but he did, like, in between all of them. So that's how thin that little disc is. And he did, like, 3 different ones, and it's just like, it doesn't feel like anything. It's just this little disc is, like, spinning really fast between the teeth, and the dust kind of, like, flies away. Yeah, that didn't hurt at all. So that was all done and good. Excited. I got power chains on the bottom now because there's room between. So that's fun. And let me tell you about the worst part. So the assistant gal she put the bottom wire in, and then she started applying the power chains. It got to about here, and I'm like, whoa, like, it hurts. Back here, the wire was, like, poking into my gums. It hurt. So I was like, whoa, like, hang on a second. Like, can you, like, clip that? Like, whoa. And she's like, oh, they had to redo these 2 brackets here. Somewhere in the front. These 2, I think. And it was kind of, like, right there that it kind of, like, cranked the wire a little bit. So we did that also kind of compounded it. And she was like, yeah, it's, because it's freshly, like, twisted, it's gonna, like, kind of feel like that. I'm like, well, it's also the wire back here that's making it hurt. And she's like, well, I'm gonna have to do the rest of the power chain, and then that's gonna kind of move the wire like back more, but she can't really trim it now because it will kind of like mess up how the wire is or whatever. So she keeps and the wire is pushing and pushing and pushing back. It hurt so freaking bad. I had tears running down my face, like I was like trying to breathe. I'm like, because it hurt so freaking bad. It's like, it's blunter than a needle, and it's like that's kind of like just jamming. So I'm like laying there, and she's like, "You okay?" I'm like, "No." And she's like, "Okay, well, let me go get the clippers." So she gets up and walks away, getting the clippers, and so I'm laying there, trying to breathe, like trying not to just start bawling. So finally, she gets back. She gets the clippers, she clips it. Immediately, it's like a lot better. It still kind of hurts back there, but I think that's partially just because all the teeth on the bottom hurt now. So I think that's just part of that. So that was really stressful. That was terrible. I hated it, but it's done now. I just have the feeling of the teeth kind of setting in concrete, but I'll take that. I'm chill. Along with that, I got these fun little guys, the rubber bands. So the plan is they have these little teeth diagram on the front. This is the plan. So you hook one on the bottom, not on the back molar, but on the one in front of that. And then not this one, but this one. And I only have to wear them at night. Just chill. And she said if you forget one night, like, you shouldn't. But if you do forget one night, you can make it up by wearing them throughout the day the next day. I'm like, chill. So yeah. Ta-da! I will show you me applying them tonight when I go to bed. Yeah, but I got my little gum brush, my wax. This is gonna look kind of like my everyday kit now. Yeah. So that was not chill. But we're done now. So, I will check back in tonight. See how my heart rate is 100? Stressed. So I was getting way too stressed trying to like put them on camera. So what I figured out was I hook them to the top because they're closer and I can reach them. I hook them like that, and then just one nail or one finger holds it up on the hook, and the other like pulls the rubber band, like gets my finger in the rubber band and pulls to the bottom. So here's this side and this side, and you see well, my mouth hurts and I'm tired, so I'm going to go to bed. In case you're wondering, they don't really feel any different because they're on the outside of the teeth. So, like, you can feel them kind of like on like your cheeks, but it's not too bad. Hello everybody. Checking back in, night 2 went so much better than night 1. So what works for me is because the top row is closer to the front, I'll like pinch the rubber band, hook it on top, and then stretch it down and just kind of tip my finger and let it slide off and catch onto the one on the bottom. That worked really well. 1 attempt, 2 attempts. Last night was a different story. So, yeah. Glad to know that's easier. So, yeah. Progress. Hello again. So this is kind of like the last check-in. It's Friday evening, and I got my teeth worked on Tuesday. My teeth don't really hurt that much anymore. It's just kind of, it almost feels like when your arm's asleep, and then it like wakes up, and then it's almost back to normal, where it's kind of like a little bit of like, just a little bit of like nerve, like tinglies. That's kind of what they feel like now. But I have chomping power again, so that's very good. These things, they really do get quite a bit easier with practice. So just keep at it. It does get better. So yeah. Well, I am tired, so I am going to go to bed. Thanks for watching. Bye.